same area, just a different glassing knob, a little bit farther. So what we liked was being able to see on the other side of the canyon there's that upper shelf behind it. So that's the goal, is to be able to glass that. So yep, here we go. It was a good night, slept fine. Alright, we're back on the trail, headed right out. So we're figuring it'll probably take us about an hour to go 2 miles, and we're hoping that we didn't underestimate it. But okay, right back to it. Yesterday. The sun is just barely peeking out. You can see how sweaty we are. It was a long haul, but we're in there. We had seen some bucks that we watched go behind trees yesterday. At least one 3-point. So we are looking for those guys. But also just kind of liking that we can still see a lot of the same country, but look even more back into some of these high poles. So we'll see what we can find. Same area, so you can't, they're kind of leaving over a ridge away from us, but there's an easy way to get to them, and we can shoot from a knob over here down at them. So we are considering that, but at the very moment we were sitting tight, we saw a little buck. At least he didn't look big at all, so we're deciding that maybe we just kind of keep looking, because there's so many deer that we're finding right now, so maybe we can find a bigger one. So, kind of a gamble. But being out here with a rifle, that's not shooting the way you expect it. Every shot is a gamble anyways, so we're not going to push it. We're going to get something that's easier. Just keep looking and looking and looking until we find what we're after. But, great area so far. had just died. There was nothing moving. And then we saw some hunters. I don't know what they're doing, hiking in the middle of where we saw the bucks last night. Nothing blew out of there, so that tells me there's nothing in there. So they saw us and they turned around and they're headed back. I don't know where from, but we want to get where those deer went on that slope. So we're moving around and we'll start glassing that north-facing slope where they all disappeared. So that's the update. All right, we moved in to the knob that we can see this north-facing slope. We're glassing kind of southwest towards it, but there's a little saddle here connecting the two ridges that we didn't see, and I think that's where a lot of the deer were, because when we got here, the wind was blowing straight into our face, and all of a sudden it swirled right as we crested over, and when that happened, we just saw deer after deer after deer blow out, but they blew out on the other side of the canyon. Now, the north-facing slope that we're looking at, they wouldn't have been able to smell us because the wind wasn't blowing in that direction. So we're gonna sit, see if things calm down, and see if we can pick something up, bait it on this north-facing slope. It looks pretty good. It's just kind of small, so I don't know what we would be able to see. But yeah, we'll keep going. We're not that far from the very tippy top, the peak, so we could keep going. But man, this is, every bit we go in this direction is that much farther to hike out. So I think we'll only go if we see something over there. Pretty fun. All right, stay tuned. All right, we have seen 2 deer so far, both in and out of trees, just really fast, quick glimpses. So they're moving a little bit, but I think they're getting ready to lay down. Both look like does, but we're on these north-facing slopes, so hopefully stuff starts coming alive. We'll see what else we can find. All right, well, yeah, some other hunters popped out on a ridge right next to us, and they started using their gun, I think, just to look around, and so that thing was pointed right at us multiple times. We kept waving at him, trying to get him to stop pointing the gun at us, and I don't think they had any clue what was going on. So anyways, while we're doing that, I ended up classing up a buck, and we were moving in for a shot. So, alright, this will be a Jaxon buck. It might be that same buck that was eaten out of the trees the other day, because we saw the same deer, and he was the same color, and I can just barely see some antlers at 1,000 yards, and we watched him jump up and eat the berries off the cedar trees. So, alright, I'll talk to you soon. Alright, we got to a shooting position for that buck. We can't relocate him yet, but I did see Cotamundi, so Quaddy. I don't know, he's a pretty crazy looking creature that's found here, southern Arizona and in Mexico. So I saw it for a split second, and then it walked where a tree was obstructing my vision. So I ran over here, and I've been trying to look for it ever since. Be cool to get some footage. us back, and the wind swirled, and they were on the one that we're on, actually. They smelled us and blew out. But we did see a buck right there somewhere. So we came up here to try to get a shot. It's only like 200, 300 yards. But it's so loud because these little suckers right here, they're so tall and they're everywhere. They scratch against your pants and you can't sneak anywhere quietly. So we saw a coatamundie on this face and we like this bull. So we were looking at it, but those hunters that were back down there that we saw on this finger right here, they were down where it goes down like that. They've now hiked up and we can hear them talking really loud, like right in that area. And we glassed up some does right there. And every time they would talk, the does would just peg right where they were and just look. So this area is gonna be kind of shot. If there's probably plenty of deer in this little bowl, but they're gonna be on high alert. And if we move, we might have to deal with these guys over here because they're just right over there somewhere. But yeah, we were down at the bottom of this and they were using their rifle scope to glass, is what I think, because he laid down on a rock and pointed his gun right in our direction. So we got out there pretty fast. Yeah, but that's the update. Alright, well, there wasn't much moving up there, and we kind of want to glass some of these other areas. So we might start heading back. We're going to start slow hunting our way back to the truck. We got my tripod ready to glass up anything we see. There's one ridge right above a little spring that I really wanted to glass, and at the very top of that ridge we can see two orange beanies. So, hey, someone's sitting there glassing already. It's those dudes from earlier. So, alright, stay tuned. Alright, so we've heard tons and tons of gunshots since those. We were in that canyon. We had just talked to those hunters while we were up top. They hiked around. We're talking so loud. We were looking at does like 700 yards away, and they were spooking because of how loud those guys were talking. And then those guys walked right up on us, and we were way up there too. So the dude was wearing cowboy boots, and he was freaking hiking all over. Anyways, they hadn't seen anything. They had seen a spike that had brought them up there, and I think that was a spike that we blew out. So anyways, they were just gonna walk back down, and I said, go ahead, go in front of us. And that's when all that the shooting frenzy started. They probably shot, I don't know, 15, 20 shots. And we just heard two more back over there where they were. And now we hear some yelling. I think they got a buck. So, good for them. I'm sure it was just a little spike or something, because it was with a bunch of does. Because we could see the does. I really hope they weren't shooting at those does. But, I think they got a buck. So, that's exciting for them. We got one last chance. This is the Hail Mary right here. Glassing where we saw that buck last night. But there's been people through here, but we'll see. We're gonna hike out the two-ish miles from here. So, it's exciting. red. Oh, I see his butt. Jaxon, his head is up, and you can only see his butt. Okay. Jaxon, make sure that's steady. Jaxon, get like on him and get steady. Yep, like move those wherever you need them. Do you feel like you can get steady enough? No, I lost it. Okay, zoom out. That's okay. It's okay. Just zoom out. Look at me. Just find the tree, Jaxon. It's okay. I know. Stop stressing out. Okay. It's okay. We got some time. All right. Zoom in on him as if. Jaxon, it's okay. If you can't shoot like that, then you gotta tell me. Where's my dad? Where? Run and grab it. Here. Okay. Zoom out. Find the tree. Find the tree first. You got the tree. Okay, do you feel kind of steady? What? You got it. You see the buck? I'm gonna zoom in more. Is that better? Get your face up here if you need to. Like, get it. Are you okay? Can you see everything clearly, or should I zoom out? Okay. You're not staying on it. It shouldn't be moving very much. Okay, Jaxon, when you're ready, go ahead. Squeeze it up. Is the safety all the way off? Yeah, it's all the way off. Okay, Jaxon, go ahead. Kind of hold it right at the base, right where you barely see his body. Kind of towards it, closer to the right side, right? Hey, you know what to shoot at. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. I can't stay still. What? I can't stay still. Jaxon, you're gonna have to look at me. Look at me, look at me. Get this hand and put it underneath it if you need to go up a little bit. Yeah. Is that better? Shoot like that. Okay, shoot. Ooh, what happened? Right above him, Jaxon. You're doing good. You just gotta lower it. Oh, he went down to the right. He's running down to the right. He stopped behind the bush. Oh, there he is. He's running again. Where? He's still. Well, unless we bump one on the way out, it is over. But that was a blast. What a good way to end it. We were worried about the rifle. Sure enough, shooting high. He shot. I mean, I'm sure you could tell from the video, but it must have been like barely high. We saw the dust behind him, and we watched him run for quite a ways. We're really confident that he's not hit. I think it shot just over his back. So, yeah, close.
Yeah.
That's what happens, you know?
I wanted to name the deer Silas.
So, anyways, what we'll do is we'll have to get the gun adjusted, take it to the range. But I think we were good. We could still shoot out. We just have to understand that the zero is like around 2 feet different than what we were expecting. So still worth it.
You know, I'm glad we kept hunting. It's very possible that we could have got a perfect shot. It was perfect left and right, just elevation wise, just a little bit different. So I think if that deer would have been standing where we could see his belly and we could have aimed a little bit lower, I think it would have been easier, because since you couldn't see that belly and you were aiming, it would just have been hard to aim at the grass. It wouldn't have felt right. And we were all kind of rushed and emotional on Jaxon. Yeah. We were all under pressure. So we'll have to try it next time. So anyways, that would have been, I think, 3 dead deer, man. We did pretty good. But we saw tons of bucks, had tons of fun. All right. Till next year, Coues 2022, huh?
Yeah.
They better watch out.
Yeah.
We're going for the big bruisers.
They getting you, Cyrus.
Okay. All right, we'll see you guys. All right, there's Rhett and Jaxon, yeah, and Justin. We are almost back. Got about, I don't know, a little less than half a mile. It's been quite the experience. Jaxon nearly got a deer at the last second. He threw the Hail Mary and the dude caught it, and then someone pushed it out of his hands, huh? Yeah.
I was calling PI.
PI?
Yeah, Cyrus dropped the ball.
Yeah, that deer didn't read the script. He needed to step up. But all right, well, that's a wrap. All right, we are back in the truck. It is 6:42.
Final update of the hunt.
It looked like it was just under 4 miles by the time we tracked ourselves on the way back. It took us really long because we were going slow and looking for more bucks, and ended up finding that one on the way out. That Jaxon got that shot on. There's Rhett. Yeah, you can't see much. There's his car. Just dropped Rhett off at his car, and we're gonna end the hunt the way every hunt should end.
By a jolly Christmas carol.
No, by eating a nice meal at a restaurant, huh, Rhett? Okay. All right. Well, thanks for following us. Till next time. Yeah. This is the only trophy that we're taking home.
Other than that shed.
Yeah.
This is good.
All right.